everybody. This is Darlene Sky and Larry Orr, and we're doing this wonderful journey on what we call treasure hunt, but our favorite professor, Dr. Luke, calls it a scavenger hunt, but we're having a good time here in La Habra Heights. We were at President Nixon when he was an attorney in 1940 at his first home when he got married to his lovely wife, Pat Ryan Nixon. So I'm going to show you, Larry's going to do a close-up on this project here of the map, which is part of our class assignment at Chapman University, where Professor Luke assigned us on this hunt, our treasure hunt we call it. And you can see the house right over here on the bottom, where my finger is to give you an idea. And as Larry scopes up to see in the background what a beautiful area behind me. It is absolutely gorgeous. As he spans across, we will walk over to the house that he lived in. It was built in 1938, and the address is 1160 Encanada Drive, La Habra Heights. Pat Nixon and Richard Nixon were newlyweds because they got married in 1940. They lived briefly with President Nixon's mom and dad for a while, but then they moved here. So as you can see, as we're walking carefully in the background, the address over here, if you can do a close-up, Larry is 1160 and a half Encanada Drive. And we were very fortunate to be able to meet the lady who lives in here, and she's very gracious. Her name was Dottie. She said she'd invite us in, but she had to go to an assignment this morning. But she confirmed and affirmed the fact that Richard and Pat Nixon in the 40s, when they were first married, and Pat was still a teacher, she was supporting her husband in the upstairs area here. So that is where they lived. And again, this is our first stop, part 2 of our video, Nixon Live. So hope you enjoyed today, and we're going to have our second stop where Larry will join you. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day. Bye.
We are now in the city of Whittier. This is Anaconda Street, and we're in front of the house that Richard Nixon lived in briefly when he began his vice presidency. He had a home in Washington, D.C., but to maintain his California residency, he kept one here. This particular house was built in 1952.
Okay, why did he live here, Larry, even though he was vice president? He had two places.
He needed to keep his California residency.
Okay. He was married at the time, of course, still. As you can see, the house is so beautiful and still well maintained. Here again, and what is the address?
This is 15257 Anaconda Street in East Whittier.
Okay, thank you. This is our second part journey on Nixon Live for our treasure hunt. Hope you're having fun. I'm so excited. Darlene Sky here again with Larry. We're in our third stop on our journey here on Nixon Live, and you can see on the map is the East Whittier Elementary School, and that's where Richard Nixon, when he was little, from 5th grade to 8th grade, he went to this school. It was called Whittier Grammar School at the time, and as Larry will view up with this camera, you can see the symbol that is here, and he can scan the rest of the area of the school. So from 5th to 8th grade, he did go to school here. However, for a short period of time, he did go to his aunt and uncle Beeson's home in what is the name of the city? Lindsay, California, and he stayed there for about 6 months to a year. Why did he go to his Aunt Beeson? Because she was a piano teacher, and that's how he became such a fabulous piano player. A lot of people don't know that President Nixon could play fabulous music even without any music in front of him, scores to follow. He could do it all by ear. So thank you. We're going to go inside now and see if they have any commemoration of having the 37th president go to school here.
My name is Gabriella Aldana. I'm the principal here, the proud principal of East Whittier. Richard Nixon did attend our school. Unfortunately, there's nothing here to commemorate, so we're looking for maybe a donation or a plaque. I'm going to welcome you into the library, and what I do want to highlight are these beautiful murals that were commissioned back in the era of, I believe it was, the art project, it may be.
Works project.
Yes.
Administration.
Yes. Now, what president was
Franklin
that?
D. Roosevelt.
Roosevelt, correct.
Yes, they're beautiful.
They were commissioned all around the state of California, and we are one of the few schools
Wow.
that.
What an honor.
Yes. And through COVID.
So was this library always here? So when Richard Nixon...
No, it wasn't. When Richard Nixon came here, this was the cafeteria.
Oh, that's good to know.
This was the cafeteria.
Because we know he liked to eat too. He was
Yes.
a really good student.
And you can see more of the mural.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to walk you down this hall. So the school, and please watch your step. With COVID, there was a lot of shifting and rearranging. Now that the mandate has lifted, we may be able to have students come in.
Wow, very nice. Look at all the honors that the school has been awarded.
Right, but
Many
they're
to Richard Nixon.
1946. So I'm not quite sure. Do you know the dates Richard Nixon was?
It was in the early to mid 1920s.
1920s. We may have 1959. We may have some trophies that date back that far. So our school is a historic building, but unfortunately, there's nothing to commemorate the attendance of our president here. So,
Well, thank you.
Let's work on that.
Thank you, Gabrielle,
Thank you.
the
Thank you
principal
for
of the
coming.
school, for the time, and hopefully we'll come back with a commemorative something plaque on the wall to honor President Nixon, and also to let the students know what an inspiration he can be so they could be a president someday.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. So nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome here anytime.
Thank you. We're on our fourth spot of our journey in our treasure hunt, if you will, and just to let you all know, we're at the Rose Hill Cemetery. It is not on this map, so I just want to share with you, and I'll fold this up really quick to show you the map of the Rose Hills Cemetery, to show you the location of where we are. It's quite expansive. If Larry will show you a little scan of the cemetery to let you know that it's the largest cemetery in North America. I'll repeat that because it's pretty amazing. It's the largest cemetery in North America, Rose Hills Cemetery. And here we are to show you the fact that in Whittier, California, his family is buried. Just to remind you all, listeners out there and viewers, that President and Mrs. Nixon are buried both at Richard Nixon's Presidential Library and Museum in Yorba Linda, California. So please visit there when you have an opportunity, where it's rich in history, education, and just the beautiful gardens. So first I would like Larry, if he wills, to focus down here and let you know a little bit about President Nixon's mom and dad. You will see the tombstone of Francis Nixon, his father, born 1878, died 1956. And to our right, the headstone of Hannah Milhouse Nixon, 1885. She was born in 1967. As we scan over to our left, the first son to pass away was Arthur Burge Nixon, born 1918 and passed away in 1925. Following that, the other brother of Richard Nixon, Harold Samuel Nixon, who was born in 1909 and died in 1933. So as we go forward or up above the tombstones of Richard Nixon's family, we take a few steps forward and you see a very large headstone commemorating Hannah Milhouse Nixon's parents, this very large headstone to the Milhouse family, where Frank and Elmira are both buried. So your journey here to the Rose Hill Cemetery is very rich in history, and if we had time, maybe next time we could take you to the journey where Clara Jane Nixon is buried a little bit further up the road, which will tell you or share in the history that Clara Jane Nixon had a lot in commemorating and collecting a lot of the artifacts that you see at the Richard Nixon Presidential Library in the house that President Nixon was born in 1913. So please visit the Richard Nixon Presidential Library and Museum. And we have one more point in our journey to end with, so thank you again for joining us. We'll see you real soon. Bye. So viewers, on our journey through the Nixon legacy, one of the beauties of going into Whittier and La Habra, Yorba Linda, we've seen horses, we've seen cows, coyotes, birds, rabbits, and leaving the cemetery of Rose Hills to show how peaceful it is, we now are joined by a beautiful array of deer. I don't know what kind of deer it is, but it just shows you how peaceful and a natural setting this all is for us. So thank you again for joining us. Hi, we're in Friendly Hills, Whittier, California, and it's most wonderful and exciting and charming as we end our journey here with you on our Nixon Live review in the course at Chapman University under Professor Luke Nectar. In the book that we were reading on page 174, it's quoted, "It was the women in Nixon's life who gave him the determination to go on and to do what it took to win," unquote. So with that, in our journey, I would like you to join me in this beautiful area. You can see the beautiful red rhododendrons behind me, and as I walk up to this beautiful fountain, and this fountain is dedicated to his beautiful wife, Patricia Ryan Nixon, right on the corner of Mar Vista and Columbia. And how beautiful is this? The fountain of life and the journey of Nixon's legacy. And we go over this way, you can see how beautiful it is and refreshing to see that Nixon's legacy is still alive. The woman who gave them such strength and inspiration, our lovely 37th First Lady, Patricia Ryan Nixon's fountain. Thank you all for visiting us, and I hope you had a great time on your journey. See you soon. Bye.